Yo, what's good, y'all? Today we got something different. We're going to be doing an NBA tier list for playing out online first, and then after this video, maybe we're going to do for the in the real life league. Just do something different. You got to right now, man. As y'all obviously know, it's right here, and the best teams going S, A, B, C, D, F. Y'all know how tiers work. And first, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. When they had not Kuzma, Middleton, uh, almost S at the peak, but I think they're going to be A tier, maybe low B. I put them in A right now. You know, everybody can shoot and defend. That's pretty much what you need for a good team in 2K. Is be able to shoot and play defense. The Brooklyn Nets, there's nothing to sugarcoat. They're an F tier team. They're not good at all. The New York Knicks, I think this is a the A-tier team, but better than the Bucks because I love Brunson and I love the Knicks in 2K. Like they're probably going to be top of A, but won't be S because the S tier is two teams. We already know who the S tier teams are, but that's going to be later on. With the Knicks, Brunson, Hart, I put him at shooting guard because it is 2K and height is king. And we got McCall, OG, Cat. Everybody can shoot and play good defense. Besides, we got high Brunson though. They got three great perimeter defenders, and then Cat. Eh, Toronto. We gotta put Toronto right. I see a B. They're not A. They're not D. They're not any of these, but they're probably like the C tier, low B tier type of team. I'm not gonna win every game, but you're also not gonna be losing. You're gonna be competitive in the games you play with the Raptors. So they might for that be low B, but they're gonna stay in C. It depends on what teams go where after this. Yeah, the Jazz. I just like the Nets, but I mean, you don't see them for a reason. They're pretty bad, but they're better than the Nets for sure. The worst team is probably gonna be the Nets. Cause like, come on, who is their guy? Like Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas, Nick Claxton. Isn't Cam Johnson's jumper bad in this game? Like, I don't know, bro. Cam Johnson not a good jump. Like, no, the defense isn't like that. So the thing is, the Jazz is Ariel Markin and Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler, all them guys, Kyle Filipowski off the bench, and you can do something with that. You can win you a game. So as for that, you can put them in D tier. The Houston Rockets. Now, with the Rockets, if you run them how they are in 2K, just stock, they're probably a B tier team. But you put Amen at point guard, you put Jabari at that four, you get those five around Amen who can all shoot. That's a that's a great team right there. Y'all gotta tap in with that. The Pelicans are probably the B tier team in the game when healthy. Um, Zion, you know, but they had what did they make trades? But that doesn't matter. They still got Zion and CJ is actually a hooper in 2K and all that. So they can get hoopy more than the Raptors in my opinion. LA Lakers before they made the V trade, they're probably worse than be a low S tier. But now that they made that trade, losing their big, it's probably gonna be A tier. They got worse than 2K if you ask me with Luca. But are they better than the Rockets? That's a hard question if you ask. That's a tough question. Because the Rockets have that big and everybody all around with them. Lakers, they got the duo and Brown, not yep, you're Brown and Luka Doncic. Depends if you just like having the star player or you like having an all-around team. In my opinion, I choose the all-around team over the two stars, but that's just me. Same with the Bulls, they're pretty all around. I think they're going to be low B tier for me. Anybody does their job the right way, you should win that game if you're locked in. Timberwolves, T-Wolves. This is an A tier team. You put in Nas Reed if the person isn't off ball, you keep really good burying. Actually, if he isn't off balling, if they're playing on ball, keep really good burying and have that defense. But if they are off balling, which is most likely what's going to happen to you, you got to put in Nas Reed and everybody could be able to shoot. It's going to be a problem for the team. I Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. The Blazers are a C tier team. I think No one should be mad about this. If anything's mad about that, they probably think they're a low D tier. But I say no, they're a low C tier team. They're not gonna get blown out. Well, I can't say that, but they're not gonna like. They're the rappers. Like you should be in games if you're locked in. Like actually, if we're being for real, every team can like get blown out, and every team can win the game. It's just a matter of difficulty for that team to win that game against any team in the game. And the worst with that is the Nets. And I think you can win a game with this with the Blazers if you're playing even against like a Bulls. You can win that game. Like it's going to be hard to win these games all above them, but you can obviously. Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets is an A tier team. Jokic is so good at 2K, bro. Like, and then you got MPJ who's just V shooter. You got in 2K they're not gonna be falling off, but they're playing online. Like real life isn't 2K, so they're gonna be able to do to their max abilities. And with that, I think they're gonna be right in between the Rockets and the Lakers, maybe even better. But that's for a timer in like 10 minutes from now. OKC Thunder, just one of the two teams we all know is the best teams in the game. One of the two. We already know the next team is, but no, none got to be said about the Thunder. They're in the finals for a reason. They have the MVP and they have all the divas in the world. They got the depth, all that. And the Memphis Grizzlies, I think they're a B tier team, better than the Bulls and better than the Pelicans. John Morant, Triple J, Desmond Bain, all of those guys are getting 2K. Then you got Luke Kennard off the bench if you need more shooting for some reason. Then you got, they just got everybody. They got what you need, and they should be a good team to use. My Mavericks. Oh man, what do I have my Mavericks? You may ask me. Personally, I have them in S tier, but that's not, but everybody's not me. And me, I had to put them in. I had to put him in A tier. Maybe you want to put him in low B, but no. I'm gonna let my bias. Maybe not even, but maybe I am doing the right thing, and I'm gonna put him in A tier. Probably gonna be low A, not better than any of these teams. Maybe we can say they're better than the Timberwolves, but I love Kyrie. I will not miss a Kyrie Irving. AD is like the best, almost the best big, and Klay Thompson can still shoot that thing. Then they gave him an A plus defense, I think it is too, for some reason. Well, so that's what that is. The only thing is, PJ can shoot, but Derek Lively cannot shoot. Neither can Daniel Gafford, and that's two bigs up to 4. So you can, I think they're A tier team. Spurs, Wemby by himself probably makes it a C tier, but the people they have around Wemby is probably gonna be a B tier, low B tier. Actually better than the Bulls. Whoa, not A, they're not A yet. But De'Aaron Fox is super shifty. Shot is good, easy to time. Wemby 7'4", 94 overall. So he's gonna be, he's already broken when he was a 85, was a rookie in the game. So he's got even better. That Chris Paul jumping easy to time. So is Harrison Barnes. Jump shots fast, and they got Jeremy Shohan, there with South Dakota Johnson. It's going to be B tier team if you ask me. Probably better than the Pelicans, but that's going to be in the future. The Phoenix Suns in 2K. Real life they're not that good, but in 2K, they should an A tier team. Kevin Durant, I remember he was the most unguardable player in the game, and probably still is, but Wemby's a 95 overall now, so maybe he has that kind of, you can shoot any shot with Kevin Durant, and it'll be open. And plus, D-Book, I love D-Book 6 and 2K always. So, that's just me. I always look for 6 and 2K. And Bradley Beal, he's good for a 3 or 2. He ain't going to be doing much defensive wise, but he's good for a 3. Some 3s, and maybe he'll get you a midi or something. But, that's all you need from a guy like that when you got KD and D-Book in your team. So, the Clippers are going to go and be better than the Bulls. Well, better than the Bulls. I can't say that, bro. I can't say that better than the Spurs just because of Mr. Zubac and him not being able to space the floor. That's just, in my opinion, I value that like very high. Like if you're able to shoot, you can give me space to work. You know, everybody runs that 5 out or the comp freelance, so ISO and all that, so they can have space and kick out for a three if need be. So and not being able to do that with Zubac on the floor, that's it's not good for me. And as I remember last time I used them, I don't recall who I would put in for a shooter, but yeah, I don't remember. I don't know why I'm not remembering who I would put in. And the Warriors, we all know back in the day, the Warriors were instant S tier, but of the recent years, I gotta put them in B tier. Better than the Warriors. I mean, better than the Bulls and better than the Clippers, just because of that space. And like I keep saying, they can all shoot. Everybody, we all know Steph, Buddy, Podziemski, Butler, Green, and you put in Quentin Post, and that's a great lineup who can all shoot and play some decent defense. You know, people probably say the Warriors aren't good, but I still use them to this day, even after Clay Thompson left and KD left and Kevon Looney probably not as good as he used to be in 2K, but I still rock with them heavy. Pistons are also a B tier team, better than the Bulls for sure. Ski better than the Pistons if you ask me, because if the Pistons are the Hooper team, like Hooper. If you pick the Pistons on me, I'm either gonna be like, you know what you're doing, or like ah you're just picking teams like you're just fan type stuff. Cause Cade is so tough in this game, and they had Jared Ivey, who's I think he's back because they bring him back because of injuries. They bring him back, but you know, Tobias Harris can shoot the three, play, and then you got Beef Stew not coming off the bench, but Beef Stew can shoot the three, y'all know. And Jalen Duren, you could put somebody else in. I forget what his name is, but you could put somebody in who can shoot the three ball. So Jalen Duren. So that should be cool. The Sacramento Kings, this is another B tier team. A lot of B tier teams in the league, bro. Like you could drop down the board if you don't know what you're doing, but the Kings are a B tier team. Like I mess with them a lot. Better than the Clippers too. I could put them right between these two, but this is very interchangeable if you ask me. But right now, I like the Pistons more than the Kings, because you know they let go of D-Fox, but they bring in Levine and DeRozan and Sabonis and Malik and all that, and the Cavs are up next. Oh man, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I love the Cavs in 2K so much, bro. I love the Cavs in 2K so much to be right in between the Lakers and the Timberwolves. DG and Spider Mitchell, and oh, y'all know me. Y'all cannot leave me with Max Strus, bro. Max Strus jumper is so pure in this game. I will not miss. I had games where I make 10 threes at Max Strus because it's like, bro, it's so easy to time, and even Mob can shoot, and Jarrett Allen can shoot the three ball. So at their max, this is an A tier team. Bro, I'm telling you, that team is so good. And here goes the other S tier team, obviously, who in real life they got eliminated, but in 2K the best team in the game. Like it's really crazy how good this team is in 2K. Who they all have A+ defense, and they can all shoot threes. They all have good jump shots besides Jaylen Brown, but you can still get it done with him. It's just no reason for this team to be that good in this game. Like I don't understand, bro. A healthy 76ers is probably going to get you a B tier team. Embiid. I haven't used Embiid in a minute because he's been out for so much, and I haven't used him since beginning of the season. But he was just as good as he was in previous years, man. McCain is nice. His jump's kind of slow, but he is nice. Paul George was a higher overall back then. He's lower now, so I don't know how he is. If you still like that, then that's pretty much all you need. But that big is really nice. So should get you some dubs. And we got Charlotte Hornets. Wow. Melo Ball, Miles Bridges. How good are they to carry you to a D tier win? I think they're better than both these teams. So it should be enough. I want to have enough teams that I'm like, there's no way. But F tier, along with the Brooklyn Nets, is the Washington Wizards. Although the Nets are worse. The Nets are the worst team in this game. If far and away, if you ask me. But the Wizards have Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, and a Chris Middleton, who, hey, bro, it takes anybody can win, bro, at the right game. I mean, I've won it with the Wizards before against the Thunder, so, but that's just me. The Orlando Magic, the Magic, this is a B tier team. Why is the Lakers so? I mean, I know why it's so big, but this is a big level, the biggest we've seen so far. But the Magic is right in between here. You could say they're better than the Sixers. You really could say that. But yeah, Miami Heat, please come here. Because you, my friend, after trading Jimmy Butler, with Butler, they were a B tier team right up here somewhere. But without Butler, they're top of C. I like people can hoop with them. I can hoop with them. But it's like, first of all, do I have fun with this team? Hoop with them? The answer is no. Like, I don't like using the Heat now. I didn't like using them before. Like, the Heat just weren't my kind of team. But they're really not now. So, and then now it's I can all shoot. But we know that the shooting is still there. Perimeter defense, not so much. You know they got Davion Mitchell, but Tyler Hero is gonna get hunted. Duncan will get hunted. Bam in the paint is safe, but it's just too much for me to rely on offense, which I do is very confident in, but average player probably not so much. The ATL Hawks, they're not F, they're not even C, but they're gonna be a B, very very low or high, very high C tier, or B. And I say B because besides Trae Young and their bigs, Yankee can shoot, Jan Johnson can shoot, we all know. Zachary Richardson, and they got one more. I'm forgetting the name of for some reason, but that's just some type stuff. But they're all pretty good. They're better than the Bulls. Yeah. And the Pacers, finals team, along with the Thunder. Like you would think they're an S tier team, but they're not. The Pacers are a B tier team, better than them. We're right here in between the Sixers and the Kings. Halliburton, you time that jumper, which isn't that hard to time actually. It just looks weird, but Halliburton, Mathurin, they got OB off the bench if you like that, McConnell if you like that. They got Siakam, which jumper shots good, but I think they're a B tier team, and I think this list is completed. And I don't think there's nothing you can say about this. This is a lot. If you have anything to say about this is a lot. Like no team comes close to the Celtics and the Thunder in this game. A tier, I mess with this list heavy. B tier is good, I think. C tier, D tier, F tier. So dominated by B tier. A lot of above average teams in the league. I don't think any of these are A tier teams. I don't think any of these are B tier teams. Definitely not S tier. I think this is a good list. I don't know, but if y'all do disagree, y'all can let me know in the comments down below. Y'all gotta let me know right now, bro. Let me see what y'all would change, what move around, all that. Who I'm sleeping on, who I'm putting too much praise on, and if you enjoyed, subscribe button down below, hit that like button, and we gonna see you on the next one. We out.